So why is it that we identify with people with physical injuries, such as a broken arm, but we don't identify with people who have emotional injuries? Let's talk about that. Hey guys, Randy here with The Living Adventure. Hey, thanks for joining me, and I hope these videos are helping you in some way. Yeah, so physical injuries are quite recognized by people. We have this sense about us, our common senses, we call them, sight, smell, taste, and hearing, that reaches out to people that have a physical injury, and it impacts our emotional state quite readily. So most people have that, and they can recognize that, there's something wrong with an individual. It's when we don't see the injuries that we can't register. And again, I talk about most people, 80% of the population or less. The 30% to 20% that are what we call high sensing people, we can actually feel that there's something going on. That's the fifth sense, right? And our heightened elevation of that fifth sense reaches into people's emotional being and makes a connection. Now, I'm not saying it makes a connection to which we truly understand. We just feel that there's something up, or we can sense that, there's something going on. And so we tend to have a bit of a deeper connection with people that are going through things, even though we don't know exactly what they're going through. We just feel that they are. Whereas 80 to 70% of the population out there, they don't. And they don't connect to it, so they don't even know it exists. And so when they're talking to you and they're interacting with you, they're not aware that you are in an emotional state or a challenged emotional being in one way, shape, or another. Whereas high sensing people have a deeper sense of empathy because we feel that. We understand that this is what you might be going through. I think that's kind of one of the major things that separate high sensing people from the rest of the population, is that we do have that deeper connection with you, and we can empathize with how you're feeling without even asking you how you're feeling. We know that there's something. Everybody has a situation that they're dealing with. How intense that situation is, depends on you as an individual and how you're able to manage situations or not. But reaching out to high sensing people, we tend to get overloaded with the amount of psychological emotional impacts that other people are carrying. And so this tends to lead to our avoidance of interacting with other people, because we're just overwhelmed with how much is out there. And let's face it, everybody that is listening to this video has some sort of emotional challenge that's going on in their lives, or else you wouldn't be watching these videos. Having somebody to talk to about it and understand it, that's a whole different story. And the world of psychology and therapists and life coaching is just getting overloaded these days, because less and less people have family members or friends that they can talk to or engage with. So yeah, we as high sensing people, I mean, we tend to want to lend a helping hand and a sympathetic ear. Not really sympathetic, more empathetic, right? And there's a big difference between those two. In order for other people to feel better. But we also have to be somewhat cautious, right? Because in order to lend an empathetic ear, there has to be some work on the other side. So those that have these emotional challenges that we're feeling as high sensing people, we need to see that they're trying to overcome them as well. That the reason they're tapping into our empathy is that they're searching for some understanding, some benefit, and they're not just doing what I call a toxic dump, and they feel good momentarily, then they leave you, not regarding how you're feeling when they leave you, and all of a sudden that overwhelming feeling or that emotional challenge that they've been facing returns, and then they just come back for more and more and more, and that can be taxing on a lot of high sensing people. It really can. So recognizing that there are people with physical injuries is easy. Recognizing that there are people out there, and a lot of people out there, that are challenged emotionally, that's not so easy. High sensing people, we tend to recognize that a lot deeper. And so if you're looking for an ear to bend, you're looking for somebody to talk to, then maybe look for some high sensing people that are aligning themselves in the business of helping other people understand their problems. Anyway, guys, I hope this one helps you. Cheers.